Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, my dear sons, in grade 8 to the final revision in science for the first term. We answer the final revision sheet. Question number 1, complete, choose the correct answer between brackets. 1. Each period in the modern periodic table start with space element. Metallic, semi-metallic, non-metallic, inert. The answer is metallic element. Number 2. In the same period, the element which has the highest electronegativity lies in space group 0, 7a, 2a, 1a. The answer is 7a. 3. When sodium reacts with water, space gas evolves. O2, CO2, H2, or N2. The answer is H2. A liquid boils at 100 Celsius. What is the other property which affirm it's a pure water? Sugar dissolve in it, or when it freezes density decrease, or neutral on both litmus paper, or it evaporates on heating. The answer is when it freezes density decreases, because it's this property specialized in water. No other liquid has this property. 5. Scientists space discover the main energy levels in the atom. The answer is Bohr. Sodium oxide from space oxides, amphoteric, acidic, non-metallic, or basic. The answer is basic, because metal oxides are basic oxides. All the following elements from semi-metals except tellurium, silicon, boron, bromine. The answer is bromine. It is a non-metal, not a semi-metal. Number 8, the strongest metal lies in space group. The strongest metal lies in 1A group. Number 9, normal atmospheric pressure equals space millibar. The answer is 1013.25 millibar. Number 10, space is located between stratosphere and mesosphere. Tropopause, stratopause, mesopause, or thermopause. The answer is stratopause, in the end of stratosphere and before the start of the mesosphere. There is stratopause. Number 11, meteors burn in mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere, or stratosphere. The answer is in mesosphere. Number 12, ozone layer is measured by unit called kilometer, Dobson, UV, millimeter power 3. The answer is Dobson. Number 13, all are greenhouse gases except CO2, O2, N2O, CH4. The answer is O2. All are greenhouse gases except oxygen, not from greenhouse gases. Number 14, space is an example of microfossil. Mammals, ferns, foraminifera, archaeopteryx. The answer is foraminifera. 15, complete fossil of insects are found preserved in ammonite, amber, igneous rocks, ambergris. The answer is in amber. Complete fossil is preserved in amber. 16, space indicates extinction, fossils, protocrates, evolution, ecological equilibrium. The answer is fossils. fossils indicate extinction. 17. Protectorate is the first established protectorate in Egypt. The answer is Ras Muhammad. 18. Space from positively charged ions when they enter the chemical reaction. Earth gases, nonmetals, halogens, alkali metals. The answer is alkali metals. Alkali metals form positively charged ions because they lose electrons. 19. The elements of group 17 are called, the answer is halogens. Number 20, meteors are formed in mesosphere layer. Space is one of the most important cause of recent extinction age, volcanic eruptions, falling of icebergs, falling of meteors, overhunting, and environmental pollution. The answer is overhunting and environmental pollution. 22. The number of known elements equals 118. Correct? Letter B. The answer is not 116. The answer is 118. Correct it. Right? 118. Okay? 23. The number of negative electrons in the atom in the normal state equal the number of protons, number of neutrons, twice number of protons, half number of neutrons. Of course, the number of electrons equal the number of protons, which is letter A. 24. The atomic number of elements equals the sum of neutrons number inside the nucleus, the sum of number of electrons which rotate in the energy levels, the number of protons inside the nucleus. B and C are correct. B and C are correct. The density of pure water in solid state is less than its density in liquid state. Letter A is correct. From the most common recently extinct species, dodo bird, quagga, golden frog, all the previous. The answer is all the previous. All of the following are from properties of water except a neutral on both litmus, analyzes by heat, increase volume by heating, polar compound. The answer is analyzes by heat because we analyze water by electricity. In the periodic table, the elements which are identical in properties lie in the same period or group, of course, in the same group. Number 2, the scientist who left vacations or vacancies in his table to fill with disputable discovered elements in future is Mosley or Mendeleev. Of course, it is Mendeleev. The block which contains group 1A and 2A in the periodic table, of course, is block. The elements which occupy the middle block D in the periodic table are called transition elements. The scientist who discovered the main energy levels is Bohr. Which of the following belongs to the same group in the periodic table? Na and C, Na and Li, Na and Cu, Na and Ne, of course Na and Li. Sodium 11, lithium 3, so they have one electron at outermost energy level, so they are in the same group, group 1A. The scientist who discovered the nucleus of atom contain positively charged protons particles is Rutherford. The element which is the atomic number 18 is transition element or inert gas or metallic element or halogen element. Of course, 18, it is a noble gas or inert gas. 288, outermost energy level is completely filled, so it is a noble gas. The element which is atomic number 17, similar to chemical construction to the element which has atomic number 2 or 7 or 9 or 19? Of course, 9, because it has 7 electrons outermost energy level. They found in the same group. The third period start with elements with oxide are the following: acidic, amphoteric, basic, acidic, basic, amphoteric, basic, acidic, then amphoteric, basic, amphoteric, then acidic. The last one is correct: basic, amphoteric, and finally acidic. Metal oxides are space oxides. Of course, they are basic oxides. The elements of the first group are known as, of course, alkalis, alkaline metals. C. 13. The halogen element belongs to, of course, 7A group. 14. The strongest alkaline earth metal react with water is magnesium or calcium or barium or sodium. This question is cancelled. We didn't include group A in our study, but the answer is barium. The hottest atmospheric layer is thermosphere. The coldest atmospheric layer is mesosphere. The planes fly in stratosphere layer. The device which is used in measuring atmospheric pressure is, of course, all are barometers. But here we choose C, barometer, because altimeter and aneroid are examples of barometer. So you can say barometer, or also you can say all of them, A, B, and C. Okay? Layer extend from sea level to the tropopause. Of course, it is troposphere. The device used in measuring the altitude from the Earth's surface is called altimeter. The space layer extends from the tropopause to the stratosphere. Of course, to the stratopause, from tropopause to the stratopause. We correct this word. From the tropopause to the stratopause, the answer is stratosphere. The charged cosmic radiation are dispersed in what layer? Of course, in ionosphere layer. The space layer extends from the stratopause to the mesopause. Of course, it is the stratosphere. Space is much vacuumed layer. Of course, it is mesosphere. Temperature decreases by space in at 2 kilometer above the Earth's surface. Of course, it is 13, because 1 kilometer the temperature decreases 6.5, so 2 kilometers decreases 13 Celsius degrees. The atmospheric pressure is space of an air column per unit area. Of course, it is the weight of air column. Meteors are burned in what layer? Of course, in mesosphere layer. The ionosphere is located in the upper part of space layer, in the upper part of thermosphere layer. The air moves space in the stratosphere layer horizontally. The air moves horizontally in the stratosphere. The ionosphere is surrounded by two belts. Of course, it is magnetic belts. The atmospheric pressure on the top of a mountain space, the atmospheric pressure at the sea level. Of course, it is less than. The atmospheric pressure decreases with height. So in the top of mountain, it decreases. It is less than on the Earth's level. The standard atmospheric pressure in the sea level equals how many millibar? It is 1013.25 millibar. The space is considered the first atmospheric layer. Of course, it is troposphere. The space is considered the second atmospheric layer. Of course, it is a stratosphere. Ozone layer is in the stratosphere layer. The ozone molecule consists of course, 3 oxygen molecules, or 3 oxygen atoms. One ozone is O3, so it consists of three oxygen atoms. The ozone layer absorbs what rays? Infrared or ultraviolet or X-rays or light rays? Of course, ultraviolet rays. The ozone hole appears over the South Pole. The B is correct answer. The space is used extinguishing fires. Of course, it is halons. The CFC's compounds break down under the effect of ultraviolet rays to release chloride atoms. But this question is cancelled. Next one, 41. It's considered one of the chlorofluorocarbons compound. Nothing above. The answer is nothing above. Number 42. The ozone layer doesn't allow the passage of space ultraviolet rays. Doesn't allow the passage of far ultraviolet rays. Thank you everybody for following us.